Hey guys, I'm having like a weird week. This shouldn't be weird, but it feels weird. Where like I'm really happy with everything I'm working on. I'm really happy with like the quality of my art. Like working on these comic pages, I just feel like they're good. And it feels weird that I feel that way sometimes. I don't know. Do you ever just get like super down about your artwork and you're like, everything I draw is bad and I have bad ideas and I'm bad at comics and I can't draw anything on model and I work too slow, and you just have one of those like weeks or months where it's just like everything is bad and terrible, and then you sit down and then you draw and you're like, this looks really cute. Did I make this? Is this coming out of my hands? And yeah, that's just how I'm feeling. I'm really happy with how these comic pages are turning out, especially like there's one panel in here where Ember's like smiling at Marble, and it's just a good expression, and I'm like, that doesn't look like I drew it. I'm also like, I don't think I'm convinced yet that I can draw anthros and animal faces and stuff. I'm like, no, I can't draw that. I guess because I've, in the past, always been like an artist who never drew animals and I only drew people. Yeah, so I look at it now and I'm like, I didn't do that. That was by someone who's good and knows how to draw animal snouts. But I don't know, I've just been drawing anthros for like over a year now, and I guess I know how to draw them, kinda. Sometimes, in a pleasant manner. Because, like, yeah, I remember when I first started, I was looking at, like, dog snouts, or, like, I think I was looking at foxes. Probably raccoons, I don't know, canines, anyways. And I was looking at them, and... Oh, and I know raccoons aren't canines, but they're canids, so... Anyways, so I was looking at how to draw snouts, and I was like, I don't get how to make them look 3D. Because I'm used to drawing human faces, and even then, I draw human faces way too flat. Maybe I'm better at it now, but in the past, I used to have a problem where I draw everything really, really flat. And so, yeah, when I was like, I have this creature that has a long nose and mouth, and I have to figure out how the jaw works and how to make it look 3D at different angles, nose placement, and how does the lips work on this new mouth, and where do the teeth go, all that stuff. And I remember looking at it and being like, I don't get it. And actually, what I ended up doing was like, I looked at a lot of art for Zootopia, like a lot of the concept art that was done. Oh, who was the artist? Corey something? That's his name, Corey Loftus. So I was looking at a lot of the Zootopia concept art because it's really cute and expressive, and all of the animals look like they're proper species. So I was like, cool, I will figure this out by looking at how a different artist has kind of like broken down how to draw furries. And yeah, and it really helped. And there were a few illustrations specifically about like how the jaw looks when it opens and closes and like expresses like a human mouth, which is something I was really struggling with like translating. Because I'd been studying how to draw like actual animals. Like I grabbed a lot of photos and stuff of different animals to learn how to draw them when I was starting, which is a good starting point because I was like, okay, so this is kind of what like a wolf face looks like, or a raccoon face. And I have a whole bunch of studies somewhere on my computer of like drawing different animals. But then translating that to like expressing was really hard at the start. So yeah, it really helped looking at another artist's interpretation. And it was also before I really followed a lot of furry artists, so I didn't know like where to look. Now I know. Now I follow a bunch of really cool people. But yeah, so it helps looking at other artists' work to kind of break it down and figure out how the heckin' mouth opens and closes. Because it's hard, man. But yeah, so I've come a long way, I think, and I'm very happy with how this is turning out. And I feel like I say this over and over again, but it's so good having such detailed thumbnails underneath these pencils, because like I can jump in at any time, even when I'm having like a bad art day where everything I draw just feels off or looks bad or feels stiff or something. I still have these like really detailed underdrawings that I can pull off of and correct a lot, because like my thumbnails have a lot of like anatomy mistakes, or like characters look weird, or it's just scribbles here and there, but it's still a good starting point to have, rather than like expecting myself to just start with a blank canvas and do it all at once. So yeah, it's all coming together, guys. I'm zooming through these pencils. I'm gonna get these done soon, and then I can get on to my colors. Oh, it's so helpful. It really is. Yeah, and I guess just all the prep work has really paid off, and I'm just seeing it more and more as I go on. Because, like, it just feels so attainable, and we're really close, and I really want to, like, finish this hecking issue. Okay? Because as soon as I get on to the next issue, there's going to be more stuff to design. But I'm so thankful that I did take the time to design all this stuff, because it gave me so much practice with drawing anthros, and it gave me so much practice like drawing these specific characters. And even though I still like need my references open and need to look at my characters, it's still, they're here. They have a model that I can pull from, and it feels kind of like drawing fan art. Because that was, like, previous to, like, designing actual characters, that is all I had to, like, pull from. So, you know, where you, like, you get your reference open for this character that you're drawing that belongs to someone else, and then I can just look off that, and then I can design whatever as long as I have this reference open and make sure it looks like the character. But now it's my own characters that I designed. But I guess that's my only point of reference beforehand. But yeah, I'm very, very happy that I have these all done, and I feel like there's so much good foundation down to everything, and things are going by a lot quicker. I'm feeling a lot more rejuvenated getting back into work. And I think I feel this way like every spring, summer time, because that is when con season hits, when I actually like get to go out and see my artist friends and go look at comics and other artwork and just be surrounded by like comics and art and illustration, where I'm like, I want to make books. I mean, it also helps that like as motivation when we're going to shows, where I'm like, oh, I wish we had a new book to sell on our table. So yeah, it motivates me to work on stuff, where I find like during the winter especially, it's really hard to just be motivated because the weather is awful, and I don't know. The weather's awful, I'm stuck inside all the time, everything's super busy and dreary, and things are always crazy at my day job during those months. And then things slow down in the summer, and I have more time to work on my art, and I get to see art friends, like I said, and so yes, I'm just very motivated to get this done, so that I don't have to spend another year on this frickin' thing. It would be really amazing, I keep thinking about this, it'd be really amazing to like start putting out like one book a year, at least. I'm sure we'll put something out in 2019, but it's been a while. Oh shoot, actually I have the 24-hour comic that is all completed. I just need to compile it into a book. So, note to self, put out the 24-hour comic and sell that. But yeah, I want to put out more books, because like, I don't know, I keep thinking about like other authors and creators where they'll like put out a book in a series every year or twice a year, depending on who they are. Where I'm like, oh, you're so cool, and I just want to do that and be able to get through it that quickly. However, I don't work on comics full time, so that's pretty hard, and I know it's more work than I can probably manage, but I really just want to start putting out books, and whenever we go into a new con season, it would be nice to have new stuff to give out and sell, and yeah. Because, like, we go to the same conventions every year, and after a certain point, I think most people have, like, bought our book who are going to buy it. I mean, there are always, like, new people coming to conventions, but, you know, it's usually, we get a lot of people who will come back and be like, where's book 2 or where's book 3? And we're like, we don't have it. And I always feel bad, and I just wish that every year I could come back and we're like, we have the new book, here you go. But yeah, but I always gotta remember that, like, I'm a one-person art team. I mean, Bones does the writing and marketing and lots of lovely stuff that I would have even less time to work on comics if I didn't have him. But I don't have multiple artists working on the art. It's just me, and I gotta be easier on myself about not getting stuff out too fast. But at the same time, I want to like stay motivated and be excited about this stuff and push through and do it. Because finishing a book feels so freaking good. It's wonderful. And I think, like, I keep wanting to start writing projects right now. I'm like, I can't finish comics quickly, but I could write a novel or novella or something. but I shouldn't. I mean, I have writing projects that I'm like in the middle of. Like I tried to do a nano novel this past year, but I think what I'm doing is I'm just like chasing that feeling of like starting a new project and having all that like hope and excitement about finishing it and thinking about how great it'll be, when I really should just focus my energy on like finishing the projects that we're already working on, like Magpie or 9 Point. Just because, like, I'm in the middle of them and it feels like they're never going to end. But if I just keep pushing at them, they're going to end. So I should just focus on that instead of adding more work to my plate. So, yeah. I'm just kind of motivated. Screw being realistic. I'm really happy about how these are turning out. I'm going to be hopefully finish them really soon. I struggled a lot with, like, there's a few pages early on that are like explainer pages about like how the magic system in 9 Point works. I've talked about them before. I don't think I did them on camera, the pencils. But anyways, I struggled with those a lot because there's a lot of characters that I haven't designed because like the scene was kind of added late and before, like after we made our big character document. Yeah, I should probably sit down and do some quick designs for all those characters. And because they're just like, they're 9 Point knights, but they're not like named characters or anything, and I don't want them to be. They're just kind of rando knights. So I should just sit down and do some quick drawings of what they look like, just to have an idea, and then actually go back and make sure that the pages look really nice and detailed and pretty, because that'll help a lot when I get to the coloring stage. Because like the pages have a lot of like ornaments to them. They're gonna have like pretty borders, and I want them to look kind of like medieval art-y, kind of, not entirely, like they're still going to be like 9 Point style, but I don't know, I want it to feel like a old manuscript that a knight would read, so I need to sit down and maybe work on it a bit more, because it still feels shaky in my head, and yeah, I don't want that, but I also don't want to worry about it too much, because it doesn't matter too, I don't know. But yeah, so that's the only part where I'm like, this needs work. I need to sit down and work on this a bit more. The rest is pretty good, and I'm really close to finishing, and hopefully I'll be done my pencils soon. We'll see. Ooh. I guess that is it for art talk. It's not as exciting as marriage talk from last week. I still can't believe we're married, but we are, and it's cool. Woo. Yeah, but we have been at Anime North this weekend. I don't know how it's been because I'm actually pre-recording this, but I'm sure it was great. And if you came to Anime North and you saw us, hey, thanks for coming. It was nice to meet you. And I guess, I don't know, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Leave a comment if you want to talk about comics or ask me a question about anything. I don't know. And I guess join our Discord if you want to talk to other people about comics, because we have this really sweet community full of really positive, encouraging people, and everyone kind of talks on the Discord, and that's where you will hear updates from me and Bones first, so go check that out. There should be a link in the description. And yeah, I guess that's it. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.